Just, your team has lacked that toughness while they're on the road most of the year.
Right.
Just what brought that out tonight from them, you think?
Just our start. I think, for most teams, and we've talked about this at length, the start of the game, you want to get off to a good start, but, how much does it really matter, especially in the games, close after the first 4 or 5 minutes? Well, with our team, it does matter. And I think that was huge. Our ability to rebound in the first half. I thought in the first game when we played them, we were quicker to the basketball, and it seems to be kind of the theme for us. When we make shots, we're better in other areas. And I think that's probably for most people, but it's really true for this team. But I just thought we were quicker to the ball and got a lot of offensive rebounds and just kept creating more opportunities for ourselves.
Iowa seems to bring out the best in Boudreaux. Just talk about his play.
Yeah, he played well. He was very active. The 14 rebounds and the 7 offensive, were huge for us. But, made some shots. We had some opportunities there at the end when we were trying to extend the lead. But I liked his effort. I like his ability to stay active. And I think a lot of times, when you're worried about some of our other bigs, he can get away from you, especially, and block out responsibility.
When did you finally feel comfortable that you had this?
It was at the end, when they said not to foul. I think anytime you get in games or you've struggled on the road, a lot of us in our league have struggled on the road just because our league's so good. So you never think you totally have it, especially with an offensive team like Iowa. They can score points so quick, and they hung in there and made some threes there at the end. But no, it was just a good team win for us.
What do you think this means for NCAA tournament hopes?
Well, obviously it helps us. They've had a great year, and they've put themselves in a great position and had some great non-conference wins. They've had some great conference wins. So anytime you can play somebody on the road and, with a resume like Iowa, it's definitely going to help you.
Just maybe the stretch that Eric Hunter's in right now.
Right.
9 straight points there to give you the 17-point lead.
Yeah.
Just what?
Yeah,
What about his game right now?
Yeah, made a big 3 there at the when we call timeout on the shot clock play, and just stepped up. Made some free throws, made some good decisions. Just played a good overall game. But we definitely need him to play that way. Obviously, in the Indiana game, he was huge too, and just trying to get consistent play across the board. But no, Eric had a great game for us.
What has been the key for you guys against Iowa this year? Obviously, blew them out at home.
Right.
What
Well,
have you done well
yeah.
and what?
We didn't shoot as well in this game, but still it was a good game for us in comparison to some games that we've had on the road. I think just trying to score against them and trying to keep them at a transition to the best of our ability. Also a little bit of luck. We left a couple guys open, trying to clog things up and take away Garza and take away Wieskamp and make it hard for Frederick. And with that, when you give that much attention to those guys, some guys are going to be open. And if they make some open shots, maybe we have to change some things. But I really think for us is not letting them, have so many opportunities in transition. They're so good when they're getting to the rim and getting the early post-ups and their kick-ahead threes. And but you got to score the ball to do that. I think our ability to play better offensively has really helped us against their transition.
Along those lines, the 2 games with Iowa, obviously you make things hard on Garza. He's got his numbers, but no one else has really hurt yet.
Right.
Is that you stopping him? Like what's been kind of the key to what's been kind of the key to
He's
not
a good
letting
player.
anybody else beat you?
Yeah, think about all the attention we just gave him, and he has 26 and 12.
Right.
Just making it hard. If he's going to hit contested, 17, 18 footers, I'd much rather him shoot perimeter shots than be on that block. Because shooting perimeter shots isn't going to get us in foul trouble. You're not going the free throw line on perimeter shots. So, we're not giving him that, but we'd rather him have that than the post-ups. If you just let him get post-ups without doubling, he's going to wear you thin. And he's just too good of a player. He's got a chance to be National Player of the Year. It speaks for itself.
But you haven't let anybody else beat you. Has that been you keeping them out of transition? Has that been good defense?
I think a little bit of everything, and playing them on the right night. It's when you play people. There's no question about that. So, but they have a good team, and they're going to cause people a lot of problems in Indianapolis and people a lot of problems in the NCAA tournament.
What do you see on the backside on offense when you guys had the ball in the opposite wing? Seemed to be a lot of openings. No-gel found some guys.
Yeah.
Opposite block. What
Right.
did you see there?
Well, they were just a couple of them. They were just rotating up to our guys, and when they're rotating up to our guys, we just tried to back cut a couple times, and No-gel made the one passer to Evan in the first half for that. And then they were zoning a couple. They had a handful of times zoning, and they were doing a good job with our misdirection dribble But when they were taking that away, it was kind of opening up some pockets of space, and just kind of told them just to, make sure they see things and come back into those, little pockets of space, because the center can't cover all of that. It just opens up a lot of things, whether you're in the high post or, we got a couple diagonal passes like off the left elbow to the right back, which is kind of untraditional, but that's what ended up being open. And so Sasha made a couple good passes in the first half, and Rogel did also. But just trying to take what they gave us. Obviously, they're going to watch tape and see some of the things that we did well the first time and take that away, and they did. And our guys, did a good job adjusting on a couple of those possessions.
Was the 3 by Eric out of the timeout, 3 on the shot clock, was that the play? That's what you guys drew up?
Nope. That was just the last thing. We just wanted him to kind of clear space. And we missed who we were trying to get.
The offensive rebounds in the first half seemed to serve kind of a dual purpose.
Yeah.
Not only were you getting put back some scores out of it, but it frustrated them. They couldn't get in their transition. Was that just simply about, was it just simply about positioning, or do you think that effort really played a role?
I think both. I think, a lot of times we'll overdo some things on the flip of it, like with guys, and we'll double team and do stuff that really, it makes sense to do it, then it puts us in bad rebound balance. So it's always the downside of how we do it. From their standpoint, I just think just the kind of the rotations, and I think Evan was just quicker to the basketball in a lot of those. But I think both. I think anytime somebody gets us on the glass and you go back and watch, there's some times where one guy's just beating the other guy, then there's other times, if they have to be in help, it's really tough to rebound when you're constantly helping. So whether that's dribble penetration or digging in on the post or showing on a screen, now, it's kind of the unintended consequences of defending some things a certain way. Is you might stop them and get them to miss, but now you're not in great position to rebound. So, but I'd have to watch the tape to actually know.
Just the impact Rogel had defensive end, but
Yeah.
also how he kept finding open guys on
Right.
the offensive end, and just kind of his overall impact.
Yeah, he did a good job facilitating and, getting assists. And then obviously it's, we got a lot of respect for Wieskamp. And then we like, that matchup of putting him with his size. A lot of times guys that, 6'7", 230 can't move like that. So we just wanted to make it hard for Wieskamp, not let him get post-ups, not let him get in the paint, and just make it difficult and just kind of stick with him. So that we wanted to keep, when you saw us subbing like that, that was the reason. Like we want to keep him on Wieskamp and just to keep him down. Because Garza's such a tough cover, and so Garza's going to score some points. Whereas if we can stay with him and Frederick and make it difficult for those guys, now it really helps us.
Is there anything else?
Thank you.